Hello and welcome to the Cycling Roadmap YouTube channel. My name is Sheridan Norris, creator of the Cycling Roadmap, and today I want to provide a demo of the website and show you what it's all about. So let's hop over to the browser and take a look.
Okay, now that we're on the website, thecyclingroadmap.com, we can go to the Explore button, and the first thing that we see is the map. Um, this you can think of this similar to um, Zillow or any other like real estate app where we have all of the points on the map, and each point represents something specific. So if we just click on any random point, let's go to North America. We'll go to Quebec, and it'll zoom. We can keep zooming until we get down to a specific point. So before those, it was a cluster of points. We had 2 points, but now we're zoomed in far enough where we can find a specific point. And this is the Grand Prix Cycliste de Quebec from 2025. So we can click on that and we get a little thumbnail of the point. But if we click through it, we get pictures from from the event. We can see here Julien Alaphilippe. And then down below we have the place name, um, where the actual race finish was, the address of the race finish. We've got the date of the race and then the details. So the details are written by myself. I watch all of the races and write them up. And in them, we have names of the riders. It's really a blow by blow of the event. The first paragraph is an introduction to describe what is ahead of the riders, a description of the race, the parcours. Then we have a bit of, yeah, like the first part of the race, maybe some weather conditions, if you know if we've got the information, and then the status of the breakaway, how it was formed, and then yeah, just a blow by blow of the race itself. And then down below, what we have are tags. So every race has a set of tags. It will be the race name, the year, the month, the start and finish town. So because Quebec is the start and finish town, it's only listed once. But in a point to point race, you might have, yeah, for Paris-Roubaix, for example, it would be Compiègne to Roubaix, and you would have two tags there. And then we have all of the individuals who I feel added to the race in one way or another. So Philippe Jacob and Felix Bouchard, Philippe Matchuk, and Luca Vergolito, all four of those made up the break of the day. My general role is if um, 12 riders or less make it into the break, I'll typically name them. Similar to the Fuga prize in the Giro, you have to have a breakaway of 10 or fewer riders. Typically, if the Fuga prize were to be um, implemented or the roles would be implemented, then I would have those riders there. I can't name all 30 riders in the third week of a Grand Tour who make a breakaway. Yeah, it's sort of overkill. And then the next set that are usually are there are the guys who were chasing the breakaway. So Henry Vandenabella, Jakob Eriksson, they did a lot of the work during the day to hold the breakaway. And then if I have those guys, sort of like the peloton, um, the guys setting the pace in the peloton, if I've got those guys in there, then the rest are really the ones who kick off the finale. So obviously Julien Alaphilippe, big animator in the race, Tim Wellens, all those guys were very active in the race. And then the last set of guys that I always have are the ones who make the podium. Um, So they're in here as well. I believe that was Alberto Betio. He's here, and Pavel Sivakov. Yeah, he's in here as well. So I always have the podium of the race, and like I said, the animators. So to get out, all we have to do is hit the back button. Now, as of right now, there are about 1,300 points on the map. And that's a lot to just sift through if you're trying to find something specific, especially once we get down to Belgium. Northern France and Belgium is obviously, as everyone knows, a hotbed of cycling. And we keep zooming in, oh, 60 points. There's still 40 in this one tiny area. We keep zooming, and we could go in here forever. So, what we're able to do is use this filter, and we can filter for all sorts of different things that would exist in those tags. So if we want to just look at Paris-Roubaix, for example, we can type in Paris-Roubaix. Now that's going to give us a few things. We have all of the cobbled sectors in Paris-Roubaix. This is, yeah, Manches en Manchot sur Équilon. That's a 3-star segment, and it's 1,600 meters long. We've got the name of the segment, cobbles, and Paris-Roubaix. So if you wanted to find this segment, you would either have to use the name of the segment, the tag of cobbles, or Paris-Roubaix, which is how we found it in this instance. So to come back in here, if you don't want to see the cobbles, then all we have to do is select a year. So we can come back in here and we can add 2025 as a tag. And now that's only going to give us 1 point, and that's the race itself. So again, just like GP de Quebec, you can come in here and wait for it to load. But we've got all of the photos of the race and an extensive summary of everything that happened, including yeah, Pogacar's wild crash into the fans. So we've got that. Now, as I mentioned, cobbles, we have a few select um, set of tags that are special. So we can come back here and get rid of these. Now we can look for cobbles as one example. We have 42 different points of cobbles, highly concentrated in northern France and Belgium, as one might expect. We have bergs, berg. These are the Flemish bergs. Bergs don't exist outside of northern France and Belgium. But we can come in here. We've got, yeah, Côte de Nonette, and then we can click on that. That's in Le Semaine. Back. Take a look at some of the Belgian bergs, a little deeper in West Flanders. Come in here, and once you actually start taking a look at the map, you can see how concentrated these bergs are. With the Tour of Flanders and other races, you get turned around and it's difficult. There's so many twists and turns that it's difficult to get a concept of time and space. But whenever you take a look at all of these things, all of these places on the map, you can really get a sense for just how tight they are. So this is the Tyenberg. We've got, yeah, Berg ten Houte, Canaryberg, Kortekeer, Koppenberg. All of these places are just so tightly packed. Here's the Stationsberg coming up from this way, and then the Steenbecktrees is back here. So same little ridge, just a different name coming up from the two different sides. Now, along with cobbles and bergs, we zoom out a little bit. We can get rid of berg. We also have museums. So we've got the Coors Museum in Roeselare. We've got the Centrum Ronde van Vlaanderen in Oudenaarde. We've got the Maison du Cyclisme for Liège-Bastogne-Liège. We can zoom out a little more. We've got Louison-Bobet, Notre-Dame des Cyclistes. Here's one in Santander. We've got, of course, the Madonna del Ghisallo and Museo dei Campionissimi. Now, along with special points, we also have summits. So if we type in summits, there's a lot. So standing alone, we have Mount Kigali, and then obviously, Old Wollonga Hill. But if we come in here, we can start digging a little deeper and dig in maybe into the Pyrenees. So let's dig in here and see what we have. Check this line. So here's the Tourmalet, Orquet en Saison, Col d'Aspin, and Pla d'Adet. Now, if you want to find the summits for a specific race, well, here we can just take a look at the Col de Tourmalet. So we have a little description of the Col de Tourmalet and some of the things that are on it. And then also, since the Tour de France 2023 is when these are all updated. But we have the stage that they were used in. Which means that we can filter down for it. So if we want to take a look at, so there are a few different ways we can do it. We can just search for summit and go that route, or we can type in Tour de France and then the specific year. If you type in Tour de France and then add the year after that, that will give you the points of the actual race finishes. And if you do the Tour de France 2025 as one tag, that will give you the stage finishes and then also all of the summits along with it. So here we can see, Tour de France stage 9. That's the actual stage finish. And if we come down here into the Pyrenees again, there's the Col de Tourmalet once again, and the Tour de France 2025. The Tourmalet was in that stage on stage 14. So there are a few different ways you can navigate. And along with all the major races, we have lots of small races in here as well. I love the small races in Europe, especially in the beginning part of the year. So if we come down here, we've got a lot of the staples, Tour de la Provence, Paris-Nice, not a small stage race, Classic Var. We can just take a look maybe at one of these. It's down here. GP de Marseille. Next, here we can look at this one, maybe just from last year. Again, a description of the race and the protagonists of the race and how it played out. You can do everything on the map page, but if you want to see the selections in a grid format, let's just take a look at, again, the Tour de France 2025. We can do Tour de France, and then this time, if we just want to see the stages, we can do 2025. Close our selection window and go over here to points. You can see all of the stages as they played out, just in a grid format. So we've got, stage 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 21, obviously in chronological order. Yeah, and again, you can click in any of them. And read about them. And the last tab is really, it's just an about us. Just explaining a little bit about the site itself. And that is it. That is a demo of the website. I hope you enjoy it. Dig in. There's so much to explore. Like I said, we have over 1,300 points. This year, I'll probably be adding another 400 between the summits of the races and all of the races themselves, and then any other fun things along the way. So dig in. If you have any questions, feel free to write a comment, email me. We've got um, our email address here. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from all of you, all of your questions and thoughts. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.